My homophobic parents demanded I never come out to my grandma. After a decade of hiding, I finally decided to tell her, and her reaction was surprising. I'm a 31-year-old woman. When I was 19, I realized I was queer. Neither of my parents took it well. When I told my mom, she very bluntly said, "So what?" I grew up in a very homophobic home, and this was a big step for me. A few years later, I was outed to my dad, and he told me that while he loved me, he'd never accept that part of me. If I married a woman, he wouldn't come to the wedding. They've since made some progress, but it's still severely lacking. To give you an idea, anytime I ask my mom not to say something homophobic, she goes, "Well, some of your father and my closest friends are gay, and I don't appreciate you attacking me." All this while, they both told me for years to never come out to my grandma. She's from a different time, it'll destroy your relationship with her, she'll gossip to the whole family and you'll be ostracized. For the most part, I was inclined to agree. I don't know much about my grandma's politics, but based on the news she watches and what my dad believes, I can guess it's pretty conservative. However, I am extremely close with her. The thought of underlying bigotry coming out and spoiling our relationship was terrifying. As for the rest of the family, I honestly don't talk to most of them, so I couldn't care less what they say or think of me. I was a pretty tomboyish kid until I felt pressured towards femininity. Cutting my hair short and wearing men's clothes makes me feel more like myself. My grandma started commenting on my long pretty hair and gorgeous dresses though. This, on top of my parents immediately assuming I was trans when I cut my hair and my mom telling me her greatest fear was me saying I felt like a boy, really hurt. Over a decade of hiding wore me down further until the facade was paper thin and it was just a don't ask, don't tell situation. My parents kept reminding me, "You can never tell grandma." Well, I finally reached my limit. After long conversations with loved ones, I decided to write grandma a letter explaining how I felt. I worked hard to keep it kind and give her the benefit of the doubt. I highly doubted it would go well, but I figured I should at least open the door. A few days after sending the letter, she called me. After a pause, she said, "Love is not conditional. You can tell me anything and I'll always love you, no matter what. This changes nothing." I was stunned. For years I believed being honest would ruin our relationship. I believed my parents when they said she couldn't understand. But she gave me acceptance that they never had. Our relationship has been stronger than ever since. I mentioned to grandma that my parents told me she wouldn't understand, which shocked and hurt her. The more I think about it, the more I realize my parents were just projecting their own failings onto grandma to make themselves look better by comparison. I haven't told my parents I came out to grandma. It's been months now and I'm still considering how to approach it. Not only did they disparage grandma for over a decade, they denied me her love and acceptance that whole time, love I should have gotten from them. Does anyone have advice for me?